Hello everyone, this is an analysis on the US dollar index, starting off the analysis on the 4-hour time frame. So from my last video update, what was it, Friday, um, there really hasn't been too much of a change. In essence, we're still within the same general area, down near the lows obviously, and unable to, so far, really, bounce with any type of conviction. So the key as far as a move out of this, these lows essentially, is going to be, like always, having that nice support built, is probably near 92 here at this point, and then seeing if price can get back above this 92.38 level, as well as this uptrend that it was trying to make before. So on the hourly, we're fighting with the 50 period moving average, and if I was to drop down to the 30-minute time frame, may have a little bit more of a clue of what's to expect. So again, fighting with this 50. We had a couple pops above here. We do have a gap up here around 90, 92.80 to fill. So to put it in perspective, we have about a 10 cent attempt, but we still have that 10 cent window open from that wick here. So again, we're going to need to see things kind of start turning around here a little bit. And the way it looks here, it looks like we might actually have finally bounced a little bit as far as getting that first foot in the door. And now it's about building on top of this, this move here. So, I'm not too convinced at this move, currently. I do want to think and believe that according to how price should function, that we should see a bounce. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that I expect the U.S. dollar to try to bounce a little bit more here to at least get back above and close that gap as I was just showing you. So you know we have some work to do essentially. If you're bullish the dollar, you have to get back above this 50 and maintain it on your 30-minute time frame, and then break above the 92.38. There's a lot of overhead here, so the bounce is going to be met with some resistance, and it's just going to be about, can we build upon it. So looking at the weekly time frame, let's just go ahead and take a look at it this way. We have been holding near this 200 period simple moving average here, and we are currently, the highs of the week were at near the 92.60 level. So in order for this candle to really kind of change things around, Thursday and Friday, the bulls are going to have to get their themselves in line and essentially drive the price above this 200 and head back up towards this trend line. So looking back at that hourly time frame and where that trend line is in retrospect to the weekly view, we're looking at a move that's going to have to somehow come up to probably near this 200, around this 92.55 level, and then probably look to close this gap. So whatever the bounce is gonna, what's gonna cause the bounce, if it does actually occur, just trying to give you both sides of the coin of what to possibly expect. Um, right now where the price is, as long as we hold these lows, obviously, for a chart's, point of view, you want to see that happen. But if you're looking for a stronger bounce with more conviction, obviously you want to see the bulls kind of carry the price back up and finish strong and even potentially close this gap. So I'm not really sure if we're going to see the fuel that we need for that to happen, but it is the market, and that is the way things work. So if we were to take a Fibonacci from these lows here and essentially drag them out, we're looking for price to essentially bounce back up to this 23.6 level, and currently we are residing, at least on this hourly time frame, right near this 61.8 level. So it is possible that the bulls could come in and make this the new foundation here around 92.20 and then kick it up a notch. But again, we're looking for those bulls to come in strong, so that would mean obviously getting out of this downward pattern here that we're seeing. So just keep your eyes on those lower time frames. That's going to be the clue as to what happens. First step is going to be obviously getting outside of this selling pressure here, which is going to coincide to your moving averages on your lower time frames. But just keeping it all in perspective, just trying to show you the different things that I'm seeing and what I'm expecting. I am expecting the U.S. dollar to get itself together. It's just a matter of, on the weekly time frame, are we going to put in the lows with conviction, or are we just kind of going to grind our way into the close and have kind of a meandering bottom being put in here, as I like to put it, a soft bottom. So even if we ended up holding these lows and we ended up closing within this candle's body here, somewhere within here, that would be pretty good. We want to see a close ideally above this 200, or just a little bit above it. That would be also what is needed. So again, looking at previous weeks, this is something that we've been seeing before. This candle just happens to be a little bit bigger given the extent to which the dollar has fallen. So just try to keep everything in line, in mind, I should say, and look at your different time frames. That's where your answers are really going to come from. Um, you know, this Fibonacci definitely speaks volumes as to what we could possibly expect. So there could be a violent move north, at least one more try to get back above this trend line here, and then potentially go to fill this gap. But I am looking for that gap fill, and I'm not really sure if we're done seeing the lows. I think that we are, given where the price action is currently. So it's just a matter of how is the U.S. dollar going to grind out towards the end of the week. I'm still thinking that we have the bulls drive one more time towards the to the upside and see if they can kind of turn things around. But the way it's looking right now, I think that we've put in a nice little level here around this 92 mark, and we should continue to see some grinding up higher. So just have to see the momentum that we have and then the velocity at which the bulls come in and bring the price up. So that's my take on what to expect from the US dollar heading into the end of the week and potentially early next week. I have to see how Friday closes, but that's what I'm seeing. I thank you all so much for watching. I'm in Wall Street. This has been a presentation of the tradersperspective.com. Have a wonderful rest of the week.